Are you sure you really want to do this? Isn't that going to be a ton of work for you? When are you ever going to have time for yourself? Will your kids be properly socialized? These are just some of the questions that my husband and I both received when we decided to start homeschooling our daughters this year. You see, prior to that, both Lucy and Ellie had both been in public school. And we had started considering homeschooling for a variety of reasons that are much too long and detailed to get into in this video back in January of 2022. And in September of 2022, we finally pulled the trigger and embarked on this new journey. And to say people were shocked is a bit of an understatement. I'm pretty sure that people expected our days were going to look like this.
Hey, don't hop into Get your arm off.
Or maybe even this. So now, a month into homeschooling, I still have people giving me the side eye and asking, what's it really like? So I decided to record this video as an answer and also as a behind the scenes for parents who are wondering if you can actually do this. Spoiler alert, you can. And if you're seriously considering it, I truly believe that you'll most likely love it. So without further ado, here is a day in the life of a brand new homeschooling family. So the first significant difference is that my kids get up around 8 to 8:15, which is a huge improvement over our prior schedule as we were running out the door at 8 a.m. And I would often be rushing them around, sometimes even snapping at them so that we wouldn't be late. And then I would drop them off and feel like a huge mom failure. Why are we late so often when we have to be there at the same time every day? So now instead, they roll out of bed, they get dressed, they brush their hair and their teeth, and they come down to breakfast around 8:15, all on their own. No mom rushing them around, yelling, snapping, and everybody is just a whole lot happier at the breakfast table. We actually have time to eat, sometimes even cook a nice breakfast, and then we sit down to school around 9 a.m. Being a new homeschooling family this year, we decided that we wanted some support with our homeschooling journey. So we decided that we would work with a co-op one day a week, as well as a micro school one of the days per week. And a micro school is just like a smaller school, but the kids actually go there. They're there all day. And I have a full day where I'm able to do work around the house. I'm able to work on my business, and I'm able to run errands without having to bring my kids along with me. So one of the things that the girls are currently working on with their micro school is reciting the poem Autumn by Emily Dickinson as our morning poem.
The morns are meeker than they were. The nuts are getting brown. The berry's cheek is plumper.
And then we cover certain subjects 4 days a week. One of that is copywork. So Ellie is working on printing and Lucy is working on cursive. To keep it interesting, we actually are having her work on quotes from famous Americans from history so that she has something enjoyable to be working on for her copy work. If you're curious about these books, I'll go ahead and link to them below because most of them I purchased online or through Amazon. I've also started a habit for them of writing daily in their journals. Now, for Ellie, it's not a ton right now, but just taking note of what the season is, what the weather is, how she's feeling, I think is going to set her up for a long-term, really, really good habit of journaling and reflecting on her world, on her life, and on her feelings on a daily basis. And then after that, we're doing language arts and reading as well as math. The curriculum that we are loving for language arts is called The Good and the Beautiful. So for Ellie, we're using this curriculum to help her learn her vowels, her sight words, and then how to sound out words, which honestly has made reading have such a faster progression. And really, she hasn't been frustrated at all, which I've absolutely loved. And then for Lucy, she's able to work on her language arts quite independently as she's in 4th grade. And we're loving this curriculum, again, from the good and the beautiful, because it has beautiful activities. It talks about geography, it's teaching her literature, and it even has art lessons in here as well. So the curriculum is really engaging, it keeps them entertained, and it incorporates not only language arts, but art, music, geography, and history into the curriculum, which we really, really love. Now, for math, we chose to go with Singapore Math, the Dimensions Math curriculum for both the girls. We have 4th grade for Lucy and 1st grade for Ellie. If you're in a place where you need Common Core, they do have a Common Core curriculum, but considering that Singapore is the gold standard for math in the world, we decided that this would be a great curriculum for us to work with. What I love about it is it really helps to break down the concepts and uses a lot of repetition so that they really become confident with the math that they're learning, and they're able then to apply it to more complex operations, more complex problems and word problems, and figure out how they're going to apply these principles to solve those math problems. So again, this one I don't think you can get on Amazon, but I'll go ahead and link it below. If you're looking for curriculum, we absolutely love it. So while I work with Ellie in the morning, Lucy's able to do a lot of her work independently, and then I do need to work with her individually on her math curriculum because it's all new stuff that she's learning. And right now for science, we're really loving learning about the human body. So we're using the Gather Round curriculum right now to study the human body. And then I've gotten some other cool resources online that are allowing the girls to make their own models of the human body and tape up the bones and the muscles to their skeletons that they have created. So there's so many neat resources that you can grab for free or inexpensively online that really bring these studies to life. And beyond that, your library is a wonderful resource for books and videos that will keep your education at home very entertaining. Now, I mentioned that we go with a co-op 1 day per week, and then we also have a micro school. And between those two, we are covering our history, our nature study, our art, and our music. And every Friday we do Field Trip Friday so that the girls do actually get to socialize with other kids. And the most beautiful part is that most days, except for our co-op days, we have all our work finished by lunchtime. And so the biggest question that I get asked and the greatest fear that people seem to have about homeschooling is, won't your kids be lonely and not properly socialized not being in school? And to this I say, we go to Forest School for 3 hours on Monday. They spend afternoons with their grandparents on Tuesdays. They have an all-day co-op micro school with their friends on Wednesdays. We go to a second co-op to learn life skills and do activities like art, painting, taekwondo on Thursdays. And every Friday, we have a field trip with our co-op friends and families. So to those people, I say, what exactly are my kids missing out on? Now, this is just my personal experience, so I can't say this lifestyle and education is for everyone, but I hope it gave you a bit more insight into what homeschooling could look like for your family if it's something that you're considering too. So stay tuned and subscribe to this channel so you can see my next video on all the things I wish I had known before we started homeschooling. I'll see you in the next video.